Good morning. It is August, or excuse me, Saturday, August the 4th. And I'm coming to show you an update of my little forest here. So things are really growing. And in the midst of that, I am fighting with um, um, butterflies that eat up collard greens. I am fighting powdery mildew, which affects like my cucumbers, my zucchini plants, and my squash plants. Um, you see this little one right here? It might produce. I put some fertilizer in the pot as well as some more dirt. So this is the best that I've seen it since I planted it. Well, we might get something. I'm not going to give up on them. This is the other eggplant. If you can remember how it started, we now have some eggplants popping up. So these, they grow pretty quickly. I want to say probably by next week, mid next week, they'll probably be bigger, 3 or 4 times bigger than they are now. This is the collard greens. As you can see, they're still kind of spotty. I call this just a garden decoration. I'm not sure if they'll be edible by the time it's time to harvest. Those 2 green bean plants that were suffering, they are coming right along. So my mom brought these sunflowers over, and we're thinking it's the sunflowers you eat. No, these are the sunflowers that just look cute. Anyway, they're pretty. We have the yellow squash plant. You can see a little yellow squash, and then this flower right here. I don't know, this might turn into a yellow squash too. But I'm probably going to put more dirt in here. I had to cut off some of the leaves that have that powdery mildew, so that's what I've been doing. I cut those off. I have to discard them. And again, the powdery mildew is it's prevalent here in the Northwest. So I mean, it's really nothing I could do to prevent it other than spray an insecticidal soap on it every 7 days. But I was able to harvest yellow squash. I don't know why these squash are bumpy, but they are. They came from this plant over here, so it's 2 plants in here. And then I got a cucumber, just 1 cucumber, which is crazy to me because it's so many, cucumber plants over there. Cucumber plant is huge, and it's about to grow all over the yard, yet it's just 1 cucumber that I found. Now, right here, this is green beans. Look at that. Now they were called Lake Blue Bush variety. I'm trying to figure out if it's harvest time. Oh my God, like really? And it's a lot of them. It's a lot of them. I got maybe 4 plants in here. So last time I grew green beans, I didn't grow enough. They were so delicious, y'all. And I always say this, the next time I do this next summer, I just want like 2 or 3, maybe 4 containers of green bean. They are so delicious. Simple to grow in a pot, you know. All you need is a couple of pots and some ambition. That's it. Get you some Miracle-Gro, the moisture control, and they will grow, honey, and especially green beans. This bush variety love this Miracle-Gro, and I'm gonna show you the bag. It's right here. This stuff right here. My mom won't listen to me. She's growing her plants at the church, and she will not listen to me at all. This right here. I'm not getting paid for this. Get this right here and grow your green beans, all right? So let's take a trip. You see your tomatoes, they're coming in. I got a lot of small green ones. I'm not waiting for them to turn red because you can always pick them and they'll turn red as they sit. But I'm just waiting for them to get bigger. Like, I don't know, why aren't they getting bigger? I don't know. But yeah, so we have, plenty of green tomatoes. We have one that is turning red. I just thought that they would be a little bigger, but I'll take what I can get. This is a yellow squash plant. Now this squash plant has been suffering from powdery mildew. I just came over here and cut some plants. I missed this one. See, this is what it looks like. And when you see it, you have to cut it off, discard it. Then you have to wash your whatever, your scissors or what have you, before cutting anything else, because it'll spread. I'm gonna come back over here and cut that. I did add more dirt and watered it a little bit, so it hasn't produced anything, and anything that it has produced, it kind of wilted away before it got big. So we'll see if it does anything. If not, the flowers are still pretty. This is another pepper. So again, I started the pot gardening too late. By the time I got out to get some of the plants, all that they had was peppers. So I got so many pepper plants. I see little buds of peppers on this plant, but they haven't, they gotta grow. So anyway, let's see what else I got here. Oh, this plant right here, let me tell you something. These are finger hots. Now Ray say, he eats these things, right? So I'm always buying him peppers to grow because he loves these things. But these joints right here, he said they're too high. He can't even eat a whole one. He just tasted. So yesterday, they're called salsa peppers. I made him some salsa, and I put one of these, only like maybe a fourth of a piece. And I ain't tasted that salsa. So when my mom walked in, he said, hey, try some salsa. Now, normally he don't share. But yesterday, he gonna give her some salsa so her mouth can burn. He is a douchebag, bro. But she got him back. So they joke a lot. They really good relationship. Jalapeno peppers. These are forever growing. If you need some jalapenos, come right on over. If you need some finger hot peppers, come right on over. Now, this is a okra plant, and I think I see one coming up. I think this is an okra. I'm gonna just leave it alone. I see one right there. That's an okra. Yes, I don't even eat okra, but somebody does, so that's that. So we have okra, we have salsa peppers, we have jalapenos, we have this is a zucchini plant. I have harvested huge zucchini plant fruits from this, vegetables from this. This is an onion plant. I'm still trying to figure out how to do this. Like, what type of onions? Is it like a sweet onion? Do I dig out, do I like dig in there and get it? I'm not sure. This is another tomato plant. It's actually two plants in here. One is called Black Prince. My mom said that the tomatoes are really good. They get really sweet. They're really dark too. So, sometimes I have to look through here to see if there are any there. I mean, there's plenty on the plant, but again, I'm just trying to wait for them to get bigger because I thought they would get bigger. Let's go. This is another the yellow squash. Those green beans that I saved from my mom, and I see a green bean on it. So pretty decorative sunflowers, collard greens, yellow squash, eggplant. My eggplant that's trying to do something. My pepper plant that has like two different types of peppers. So you see one that look like a jalapeno, and then clearly a red pepper. So that's almost like same mama, different daddy. I don't know. I'm just it's a joke. Don't take that the wrong way. Cucumber. Now see, this is the cucumber plant. Look how massive this cucumber plant is. It's growing everywhere. And eventually it will begin to crawl and try to take over the yard. And so when it does that, I expect cucumbers. It's taking all my resources and only producing one fruit. That doesn't make any sense to me. And then also some sage, rosemary, and thyme. I love rosemary and thyme. And so I grow these all the time. It's plenty over here. I could start cutting and drying. And then look at this sage. It smells so good. I bought this to encourage butterflies, and I haven't potted it yet. And I might pot it. I'm not sure. I'm probably going to pot it. I don't want it to die, you know. So anyway, this is my gardening in the hood video. So, small backyard, a couple of pots, some dirt, and you can be cutting your own tomatoes, cucumbers, and squash. This is like especially good for those who are doing low carb and keto. Just go in your yard and get your stuff. You don't even have to go to the store. There's no excuse. All right, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.